Meanwhile, Budget Secretary Abad maintained that the fund releases under the Disbursement Acceleration Program have constitutional basis. At the same time, he says there is no basis to impeach President Aquino over the fund misuse issue. Again, Freddie Abando reports.
The Disbursement Acceleration Program, better known as DAP, is a spending strategy of the Aquino government spending to push economic growth. Before its implementation in October of 2011, spending for projects and programs was down by 16%. Reforms were initiated to cut losses caused by corruption in the previous administration. As a strategy, DAP was sourced from savings and unprogrammed funds collected from revenue windfalls. Budget Secretary Florencio Abad said that DAP had constitutional and legal basis. Section 25, Article 6 of the Constitution gives the mandate to the President and other heads, to include Congress, the Supreme Court, and constitutional agencies, to use savings of their offices for other purposes, a practice adopted by past administrations. He said there is no basis to impeach the President.
DAP was not instituted just in 2012. We had already been doing this in 2011. And the reason we did that is because when we tried to close the loopholes and the leakages in government spending, particularly in infrastructure, what happened was, and it was deliberate, the economy slowed down and our growth went down 6%. But the President was saying, you know, you cannot continually pour water into a pail that has many holes. Otherwise, even if you pour a lot of water, the water seeps down through the holes, and therefore you have to close those holes.
142.23 billion pesos was released from 2011 to 2012 for DAP. 83.53 billion pesos for 2011, 58.70 billion pesos for 2012. 2 billion of which was requested and provided for legislators, to include former Senator Joker Arroyo. Abad wrote Arroyo to explain the funding source of the 47 million he requested through Senate President Franklin Drilon, who was then the Finance Committee Chairman. Abad said it was endorsed under the DAP not as an incentive for Corona's impeachment trial.
The constitutional provision says, granted to the President by law. And there is an existing law. In fact, there are two. The Revised Administrative Code and a general provision in the GAA, which we have had since 2011, since 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and we will continue to 2014. So it's a constitutional provision implemented by two laws to give the President the flexibility. For example, we had the Typhoon Pablo that ravaged Compostela Valley and Davao Oriental. Our calamity fund provides for a 7.5 billion budget. The damage that was inflicted upon us in Compostela Valley and Davao Oriental by way of roads that were washed away, schools that were destroyed, houses that could not be lived in, was at least 11 billion. So where is the President going to get 3.5 billion more?
Abad said the DAP continues to be implemented for as long as there are savings to enhance further the delivery of services to our people.
What is underlying the foundation for all of these things is good governance. The absurdity of it all, Freddie, is just yesterday, a farmers group filed a case for Plan against this President, against me, for anomalies that happened in 2007 to 2009. You know who was the President then.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.